in my mind, I see the goal and the vision of Ripple and the XRP ledger's use much larger than Meta, and that's a huge use.
Wow. Okay.
But at the same time, but I mean, Paul, I also.
Brad Kimes on Paul Barron talking about the possibility, the idea that maybe Meta could acquire Ripple. And they want to get back in the payments and stablecoins, so that makes some sense there. But I want to go over that deal or a deal like it, because I think there's a caveat, an important caveat there of a real path that's been kicked around within Ripple that I think would be really interesting and a possibility. We could see something like that go down. Now, we see the crypto market doing quite well here. And I said we don't need finished trade deals. We just need to see de-escalation. That's what's going on right now, specifically with China. Those types of deals, they take some time, but now we get some breathing room. And we see the crypto market reacting well, and I think it should continue. So, it's good to see things going up, even Ethereum performing well. It's a good time if Ethereum's going up in price nowadays. And so we'll see what develops here, but we got a real opportunity to start putting on some growth here. Let's look at this. So what if Meta bought Ripple's business? Because that got brought up on Paul Barron. He was listening to a clip, and you could hear Zuck really wants to get back in here and sees what stablecoins could do for that company and payments and things like that. Ripple would make some sense. Well, I think the way a deal like this would happen if anyone acquires Ripple, whether it is Meta acquiring all of their services, or possibly you could piecemeal it out. I think Ripple would sell payments, custody, and stablecoin divisions. So you may even see like payments go as a consortium to the banks where they own a piece of it, Ripple retaining some ownership possibly. Meta could probably pay them quite a bit for the whole package, but Ripple would keep the XRP. And they would spin the company off into like a MicroStrategy type of company that holds XRP. They could issue their stock out to the public. They could leverage that XRP to build cash flow and all sorts of stuff. And this isn't just my idea. I mean, they're looking at doing this possibly. They have so much optionality here of things they could do. A deal like this could be exciting because, you have a company like Meta with all that cash, with all that ability to really build out that payment network to its final form. Like, that would be exciting. Also, if they, again, sold this out in parts and pieces to heavy hitters, that also could be really compelling because everything Ripple does is not on the XRP ledger, but a lot of their infrastructure is set up around that. And so having someone the size of Meta, trillion plus company, building payments, where a lot of that infrastructure rolls back to the XRP ledger, now we have another major Goliath, leveraging that technology stack to do real things. I think it would be really bullish here. We look at today, XRP at $2.54. Ripple holds about 44 billion worth of XRP. That's 113 billion acquisition right now. We look at what the whole company with payments and custody and stable coins and that XRP right now is trading between like 15 billion and 30 billion on the open market. It is private valuation. So they could feasibly sell off parts and pieces of the company, the actual services, and derive more value ultimately for Ripple, the company, and get a lot of cash for that as well and some important partnerships. So I think this is a path they are seriously considering here. Meta gets regulatory-ready crypto infrastructure to power global payments. Very important here. Ripple becomes a crypto-native version of MicroStrategy, except with a far larger asset pool, no debt, so they don't have that massive debt load on them that they have to service, and they could still use that XRP to lend out, to put in liquidity pools. Like, they can earn a yield, and instead of trading at a steep discount with the right setup, they could actually trade at a big premium to the value of that XRP, I believe. And don't forget, they could sell that stuff off to Meta and retain some ownership, so they get some payments off of that. Like, this could be really compelling. And they could go out there and maybe buy more crypto assets to diversify their holdings. There's a lot they could do here. So it's going to be really interesting as we go forward. Now, this isn't confirmed by any means that they will sell. They may end up being the buyers. We saw that with USDC, where they tried to buy out Circle. It could go any number of ways, but the numbers make this at least a very real possibility. And again, I've seen where they're kicking these ideas around. So it's a real possibility here. I put this up today. XRP. XRP is quietly winning. XRP, it's racking up real world wins here. Regulatory clarity secured. We don't even need to go over that. We understand that. We've been relisted on U.S. exchanges. RLUSD stablecoin launched and gaining traction, gaining adoption. EVM smart contracts coming via the side chain and also on-chain programmability as well. It'll be here. Traditional finance circulating ETF. So they're getting ready to launch. That's going to bring a whole new investor to this ecosystem we haven't had before. It's going to be huge. AMMs, MPTs, clawbacks, credentials, it's all either live or very close here. Robinhood and Bitstamp, to me, the most exciting part of this, getting ready to build on the XRP ledger. That's another Goliath company building on this technology stack. Makes you more and more decentralized. You're not relying on just Ripple building the future here. Real world assets, institutional DeFi, this is the next wave. And there's a reason why XRP has been one of the top performers. Now, what we need to see is we need to see success delivered, real adoption happen. Can't just be the promise. That's where we are right now in that promise stage. But it seems like we're going to go over that cliff and just start steamrolling here. We'll have to see it happen ultimately, but things are looking really, really good. And for this bull run, we're going to be a top performer. What I've been saying for a long time. Ripple RLUSD stablecoin powering tokenized asset boom here. Ripple just spotlighted how RLUSD is reshaping global finance from institutional trading desks to DeFi and real-world asset tokenization. RLUSD is now used for collateral settlement in multi-asset markets via Hidden Road, built on the XRP ledger with native auto bridging and DEX integration. No smart contract needed. Now, a lot of their volume right now is going on Ethereum. I think over time, more and more of that will come over to the XRP ledger. This enables tokenized treasuries, NFT markets, peer-to-peer payments. There's just a lot you can do with a significant stablecoin. It's a big deal. Ripple stablecoin isn't just another USD token. It's becoming core infrastructure for the future of money. Maybe something that a Meta or the banking system. They may want to own a piece of this or the majority of it. We will see. Ripple Monica Long meets with UAE. Officials talking about a $400 billion payment network. Now we know they're already fully licensed by DFSA to power cross-border payments in the region there. Ripple's President Monica Long just met with UAE officials at the Dubai FinTech Summit to discuss digital infrastructure and turbocharge blockchain adoption in the region. Very important region, one of high growth, one where they're really taking this technology serious. $400 billion market opens up for XRP ledger-powered payment rails. A lot of payments coming live, a lot of liquidity we can all dip into to use for whatever purposes we feel like. UAE officials officially say Ripple's part of their D33 plans to make Dubai a top 4 global financial hub here. Ripple already services 20% of its customer base in the Middle East region, so they've done a lot of work here. It's paying dividends. It could really be set up for a lot of adoption here, a lot of volume, a lot of payments. Dubai is becoming the crypto capital, or at least a crypto capital, and Ripple is planting its flag deep in the sand here. They're ready to rock and roll in that region, one of mass adoption. Robinhood officially coming to Canada by acquiring WonderFi for $180 million. And again, I like this stuff because, Robinhood, Bitstamp, that could incorporate XRP Ledger long-term. WonderFi is one of Canada's leading crypto platforms, and this is Robinhood's second major acquisition after buying Bitstamp in June of last year. They're not slowing down. They're trying to go international payment systems. And, Bitstamp has a long history of building on the XRP ledger. We know they want to bring crypto derivatives to XRPL and possibly stock trading as well. A lot of volume and value and more decentralization we'll get from something like that. Now, VanEck just tokenized their first U.S. treasury across 4 blockchains. Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, and BNB. Everyone wants to get into treasuries. That's kind of the gateway beyond. You have stable coins for RWAs. It seems like tokenized treasuries. That's that first step. But we're going to see, again, stocks, real estate, all sorts of stuff is going to go live on chain here in the coming months. Again, these are backed by U.S. Treasuries. The minimum buy-in is $100,000 to $1 million. And VanEck just opened the door for crypto-native institutions to hold treasuries as tokenized assets. And that's just the opening volley here. Now, this is a good one from Good Morning Crypto. Make sure you follow. Lots of great breaking news on X. Wisdom Tree, $100 billion asset manager, states XRP is the only altcoin fit to complement Bitcoin. The firm uniquely classifies both Bitcoin and XRP under Layer 1 payments. And I've been saying that to try to invest in a reasonable manner within the crypto space. these major institutions, they're going to start breaking it down. Are you a payment coin? Are you a smart contract coin? Are you a DApp? And within the payments infrastructure area of cryptocurrencies, you got Bitcoin number one, the granddaddy of them all. But XRP, no one else is close. It's number two in that category of crypto. And if you have, a one or a two within these major segments of crypto, I mean, that's the alpha and omega of crypto, sending payments, peer-to-peer payments. When you're a leader in that space, you want it in your portfolio for sure. This distinction positions XRP as the altcoin counterpart to Bitcoin in the category of payments, similar to how Solana parallels Ethereum. Now, what's really cool about XRP and really XLM and other chains like this, yeah, they're for peer-to-peer payments, fast settlement, stuff like that, but you got some additional plus one tack-ons. You can do decentralized exchange swaps. We're going to have programmability. You have all sorts of built-in features, so it's kind of like peer-to-peer payments plus, but still within that payment sector and really, the number two by a country mile. There's no one else that's even close to XRP. Solana, generating more 24-hour network revenue than all other L1 and L2 chains combined. This is a big deal. One of the critiques back in the day where we're like, well, they have a lot of transactions, but there's not much fees generated by the chain. Well, that's changing, isn't it? Changing in a big way. Solana doing quite well here. Retail right now is still missing this bull run in a significant way. Bitcoin sitting at 104,000. Just really close to all-time high, yet retail interest remains dead quiet. Google's search volume for Bitcoin is at 6 months low. Coinbase app right now is number 15 in finance. Usually those are those indicators when things are getting overheated. When a lot of people are searching Bitcoin and crypto and that Coinbase app is trending towards number one, we're getting towards the top typically. It's what we've seen in the past. Retail, they've sold 247,000 Bitcoin. 23 billion in outflows in 2025, but institutions like MicroStrategies, Michael Saylor, they're absorbing all of it. Those Bitcoin ETFs. It's like, go ahead, sell off your crypto, whatever it is. We're going to gobble it up because this is the future. Last one we have here, JP Morgan settling their first transaction on a public blockchain. The announced partners here are Chainlink and Ondo. I don't know what the main layer one they used is, but everyone's getting into tokenizing assets, starting with treasuries, starting with stablecoins, but we're going to go beyond that. JP Morgan, they got a lot they've been building in this space, and it's only going to get bigger. Be ready. This is what mass adoption looks like. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.